Yo, what's good? This is Timmy. Timmy's from the US and he owns a business where he makes cars using car parts. But instead of buying car parts from within the US where it's expensive, he imports them from China, where he can buy them for much cheaper. But when he goes to order the car parts from China, he sees something at the bottom of the bill.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
In today's video, I'm covering tariffs. I'll go over exactly what they are, how they work, their purpose, and the pros and cons, so that you can understand why they dominated so many news headlines in 2025, and why they'll probably still dominate news headlines in the grand 2026. Let's get into it. Part 1. Definition. In a short sentence, tariffs are taxes on imported goods from another country. So if a US business orders products from another country, the US business owner may have to pay a tariff when ordering those products, and governments can decide different tariff rates on imports from different countries. For example, let's say the US government decides a 10% tariff for European imports and a 20% tariff for Japanese imports. If Timmy orders $100,000 worth of steel from Europe, he'll have to pay 10% of $100,000 in tariffs to the US government. And if he orders $80,000 worth of fish from Japan, he'll have to pay 20% of $80,000 in tariffs to the US government. Part 2. The purpose. So what's the purpose of tariffs? There are three main reasons. Firstly, tariffs encourage domestic spending. Making foreign goods more expensive helps local companies compete and grow. Since Timmy is charged a huge tariff when ordering car parts from China, it's more likely he will buy from a local car part manufacturer in the US. So Timmy's money will go to a local US business instead of a foreign supplier, which protects these local businesses and helps them grow. This is one of the reasons President Trump has stated he loves tariffs. He wants US businesses to buy from local suppliers instead of foreign suppliers, but skeptics say that forcing tariffs onto US businesses will not cause them to buy from local suppliers. Instead, they'll probably still buy from foreign suppliers and raise their prices instead. Secondly, tariffs raise government revenue. This one is pretty straightforward. When tariffs on foreign imports are paid by the business owner, that money goes to the government, which it uses to hopefully build new roads, fund education, and perform other public services. You can check out the other video on my channel called Taxes Explained in 3 Minutes, Why Do They Exist and How Do They Work, to learn more. Anyways, increasing government revenue is another reason President Trump loves tariffs. In fact, he even floated the idea of an organization to handle tariff money called the ERS, the External Revenue Service, which would complement the IRS. This could lower taxes for American taxpayers, but it's a lot more complicated than that. Lastly, tariffs can be used as political leverage. They're often used in trade negotiations and disputes to get the other side to comply. For example, President Trump threatened to slap Canada with tariffs if they didn't comply with the US's demands last year. Canada did comply and the tariffs were avoided, but if they didn't comply, the tariffs would have caused US businesses to buy less Canadian imports, causing Canada to lose tons of money. Part 3. Pros and cons. To wrap things up, here are some pros and cons of tariffs. In terms of pros, tariffs protect local jobs and industries, encourage domestic spending, reduce reliance on foreign economies, and increase government revenue. In terms of cons, tariffs can increase costs for local businesses, which usually increases prices for consumers. They also increase the risk of a trade war and political tensions between countries, decrease product variety, and can stunt economic growth if overused. Overall, tariffs are a very powerful macroeconomic tool. And if you want to see the most updated version of the official tariff rates that the US has placed on other countries, check out the description below. That'll be it for this video. My name's Mr. Alpha and I'm here to teach you about money in the markets. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed and comment down below any feedback or questions you have. I always read every comment. Until next time, peace.